Hello everybody, my name is Kenneth and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the third part, it's actually just one song, of my Pablo LAON reaction. Again, I've recorded all of these on the same day, so I apologize if I'm mispronouncing LAON. I said this at the start of every video, I apologize. Yeah, this is our last song, as I said. This is Micha, I think is how we're pronouncing it, Micha. I have really enjoyed this album. Just before we get into this, there has not been, as unsurprising as that is, there has been no downs to this song, like no lows. I have enjoyed every song. As I said at the end of part 2, I'm grateful that he has not made me cry. The jury is out on whether this will make me cry. I don't know what we're going to go into with this. But this album has been really, really a joy to react to, and I can't wait to add it to my Apple Music. Um, I will love listening to this album in my own time. I can't wait. So, usual spiel, pause warning, I am a pauser. The reason I didn't tack this onto the end of part 2 is that video is already close to an hour long. I pause a lot, and so I didn't want to add this to that and potentially make it even longer over that hour period, because we'd probably been looking at half an hour over that at least, maybe more, I don't know yet. So pause warning, I am a pauser. As I always say, I am autistic. I do pause a lot because it helps me process. I am not someone who can wait till the end of something to share my thoughts. I'm sorry if that's not for you, that's totally okay. But that's how I react, and that's how I am outside of reactions as well. But if you're okay with that, we are going to head into Micha right now. Micha. We'll see if my pronunciation's anywhere near close to how Pablo says it if in the song. But yeah, let's go. Ooh.
Hakbang palabas ako na, bigla sa akap na kuma. Gutom sa'yo humihila, ikaw na mismo ang kukuha. Ngayon lang mo na kung ano lasa, tumindig sa mula na marcha. Desididuhin ang ipusta, silaban mo na ang mitya.
Okay, so it's more like Micha. Okay, so it's more of a long A. I'm not gonna lie, I call it the word march, something about we're starting a march. I definitely felt it with the drums and the delivery. I was immediately swept away. So I didn't catch any of the lyrics. It's we're talking about breaking free from someone's embrace. I don't know who Kuma is. I'm very overwhelmed. Can I see? So step out of the crib. I guess Kuma is like out of your parents' embrace or something. This is a very aggressive way to tell us to grow up. If that's what he's telling us. I love that this following the last song, in terms of how it sounds, it definitely makes a lot of sense. Tambol. Sorry, I was in my head. I was going to say tambol, and I knew it wasn't, so I just wanted to check that really quick. Tambol. It following up after that, it makes a lot of sense to me. I'm loving this.
Bigla sa akap na kuma, gutom sa'yo humihila, ikaw na mismo ang kukuha. Ngayon lang mo na kung ano lasa, tumindig sa mula na marcha.
Okay, so we're getting more. We're talking more about going after our dreams, working hard for things. You've tasted success. You know, go get it, kind of thing. You know, join the movement almost.
Ikaw na mismo ang kukuha. Ngayon lang mo na kung ano lasa, tumindig sa mula na marcha. Desididuhin ang ipusta, silaban mo na ang mitya.
Ooh, we're it's almost like we're a little bit going back to the first song, New Moon, sorry, with that flame reference, because in that song we had the lyric about everything being flammable. Obviously not verbatim. This is not this is not quote, but everything, and like he's a flame, and so we're getting that similar vibe here. So is Micha, is that the word for wick? Maybe? Sorry, I'm just checking. Maybe? Ooh. Love the change up on this. I love the way that we had elements added to that. So we had the choral elements and the marching drum beat kind of from the beginning, but then we had those other elements added, which changed it, because it went almost like, it was almost like we had those two elements, then we had the new elements, and then we had the combination of them together, almost like they're joining forces. Almost in my head, it's almost like the musical equivalent of like changing angles, maybe. I don't know. I love how this sounds. I love this brass. Okay. So yeah, well, that's interesting. Because he's talking about blocking himself from being able to push himself further, but that image is quite a grotesque image, actually, of a clogged sink, and you're pouring water onto it, so it's just filling, and then that's actually quite a grotesque image when you think about that, because the clog part of it, that's interesting. Given like the inspirational kind of tone of the song, that's an interesting image to put in it. I know he's saying I can never leave the tap open then, but like just that image is kind of interesting to me. Yeah. Oh. Ooh, the way that he went into his falsetto, but then filled it out with that growl sound. Ooh, yeah, this is relatable. I think everyone has has had that, where you're doing something that some like family and stuff doesn't approve of, or doesn't want you to do, and they're like, "Are you sure? Have you tried that? Have you tried to do something else instead?" Yeah. I love this drum beat. Oh, that's interesting. What about the plans we made? Because that's interesting that that's been phrased like that. Because yes, it suggests like a mutual plan, but often like children, like when they have dreams and stuff like that, they will follow the plan that their parents have already set out for them, and it's not really their plan. They're just going along with it to try and be respectful, to try and because they think that's what they should do. That's interesting. That's actually a good point. Oh, that's interesting. We have the tortoise and the hare, but instead it's the turtle and the monkey. Oh, that's interesting. Because, yeah, in that kind of proverb of the tortoise and the tortoise and the I don't know if it's different in the Philippines, but the one that I grew up with was the tortoise and the rabbit. But the difference between the rabbit and the monkey there, because obviously turtle and tortoise are kind of the same thing, kind of. But the difference there of the rabbit and the rabbit is just fast. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily clunky or moving around like weirdly or anything like that. The monkey suggests like that they're just like chaotic. There's no control. There's no, as well as being quick, which is interesting. I really like this part here. Where will your feet take you if if you're full of doubts? Because yeah, when you're anxious, you get rooted to the spot, right? You know, you kind of like you either root to the spot or you run away, which kind of would be seen as like running back, I guess. And then yeah, it's almost like a wise. Pablo's almost like a wise person here, where he's like telling like almost a younger person, like maybe even like his younger self, like just keep your head up, everything will work out. I love that.
Rating, hindi bali ng pagkungkay sa matching. Ulo ng kamalasan at sasaluhin mo lahat ng yan bago bumako.
Oh, I love that. I was expecting, because of the repetition of the ooh sound, I was expecting a third ooh, but I wasn't expecting it to go up like that. Ooh. Ooh. I wasn't expecting that. Oh my god, no, I love it. I love this. Especially over the top of that, don't give up now, it's just a test you'll overcome. That raising intonation there on the ooh sounds, I feel like really, really work well with that. Because literally in the song, he's going higher, which is literally overcoming things. I love that. It's also interesting here that the barbed wire is across this section. I think it's been both times, this section where you have the ma and pa kind of discussion, and there's like this sad kind of little bit here where it's almost like you could argue that the parents are holding you back in this situation. Yes, they're kind of protecting you, and that could also be a vision, but there's also that kind of thing of holding you back from reaching your potential because they want to keep you safe, which is interesting, especially because obviously the backdrop behind all this is just darkness. You don't know what's coming. That's relatable. I love that. He's basically saying there, like, you don't need money. You've got the pen in your hand. You can write your story differently. You can, you know, you don't need money to make music. You don't need money to write stories. You can write it just using your hands. Oh, I love that. I think that's what he's saying here. I love all the little pens. Oh no, they're not pens, never mind. I thought they were pens. Oh, I love that laugh. Oh, a new element. I love that. Ooh. I love that we have a masculine voice and a feminine voice there, almost being like a representation of the whole group. of this march that's been forming the entire song. That's very interesting and allowing, like, it feels like at times Pablo's been offloading wisdom to this crowd that's in the song, and now he's like allowing them to speak for themselves almost. Interesting. Is that Josue? That's the male voice.
Bigla sa akap naguma Gutom sa'yo humihila Ikaw na mismo ang kukuha Ngayon alam mo na kung ano lasa Tumitigil sa mula ng matcha Kasi dito willing ang nagkusa Sila pa mo na ang Micha Sige pa Sila pa mo na Sila pa mo na ang Micha
No, I need to hear that again. That was, oh my god, chills, chills. Oh my god, I love that. Oh my god. What a way to go out as well, like just visually, like imagine like you've been watching, like rather than listening to the album, you've been watching it like I have, and then you go out with that. Oh my god, that's, oh my god, that's so good. Genuinely, that is, oh my god, that's such a great way to end the album, especially given with Alon. The end of that is here's a song to help you breathe and recenter yourself. um oh my god, I loved this. This is so good. I think Blessed is still my number one. I think Blessed is still my number one. Let's see. I think Don't Care is number two. I think Micha is number three, I think. I'm only gonna do a top three because I don't think there's any lows in this album. I just think for me, those are like my favorites, I think. At least on this first listen, I think. But I loved all of these songs. Oh. This is such a, ironically, given like the way that the sonics of every song is different, it's so cohesive in the quality, which is not a surprise. But at the same time, when you have so many different sonic choices, you shouldn't, I don't feel like you should have this much cohesion. And it's a good thing you have this cohesion, by the way. But like in general, like you'd feel like disoriented. I feel like if you usually, but like in this, it just works, and it all makes sense. Like I feel like if you change the order of the songs, then you might start feeling a little bit lost. But because of the order it's in, it makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Does anyone, please tell me someone knows what I mean? Um, but yeah. Oh, I loved this album. Yeah, I want to know if that was Josue at the end there. Because yeah, this is another Rad Kids production, which I love. And yeah, part of that I think sounded like Josue a little bit. I might be wrong, I might be completely off base. But I think maybe. Maybe. Oh, this was so good though. Yeah, oh, I feel like it actually triggered my adrenaline response. Like I feel like I just I feel like I wish I could just run somewhere right now. um yeah, this was excellent. I'm really glad that I recorded this today. Yeah. Um oh, this was so good. Um If I've missed anything, by the way, please let me know. I'm so sorry. I always love learning when I've missed things. So yeah. Um, this is actually a lot shorter than I thought. I probably could have. Um, I was scared that I was gonna like be able to like not be able to say my thoughts so cohesively, but no, this was this was so good. Um, so yeah, yeah, we're at the end now. I feel like I still need to go back to that the last song on Alon though, because I think I need to have a little bit of a breathe. um, so yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. As I said, if I missed anything or if you want to add anything, please feel free to do so in the comments. And yeah, I'm really glad I came back to this album. I'm sorry that I didn't get to it as I originally planned, but my brain likes to go where it likes to go, and I just have to follow it. Um, so yeah, oh, I've been recording like in total now for like over maybe like 2 hours, I think. Um, I think an hour, an hour, yeah. Um, Yeah, about 2 hours and 30 minutes or so, just under. Um, and honestly, it flew by. It probably feels longer to you guys, but I was just having such a good time that like it doesn't even feel like that. Um, yeah. Oh my god, this album is amazing. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave any of your thoughts below as always, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye. Bye.